Warning. The following content may contain elements that are not suitable for some audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.
This story is about a truly heinous and grotesque example of a murder which shook the whole Kunming city.
5 days ago, someone called us.
We went to the crime spot. There was a body over there. We found the body. The body was laying on the ground. There was blood all over. We mark all the bloods. We found some broken glasses over there by the side of the dead body. As a clue, we collected all the evidence we could. We took the glasses also as a clue. We also collected all the blood samples. There we found some fingerprints. A tattoo on the dead body's hand. We collected all the fingerprints. But the main problem was there was nothing to identify the body. No bank card, no ID card, not even a wallet.
We inquired the neighborhood around that house, but we still didn't get any. On the basis of the statement that given by Miss Elizabeth, the neighborhood who lived around that house, we tried to do investigation. We want to find out who is that guy, who was that dead body. Have you ever seen this guy?
I have only seen him 1 or 2 times going to William's home.
Have you seen this tattoo on his hand?
Yeah, I saw that tattoo.
What is the relationship between Mr. Peter Morgan and William?
I don't know. I don't know anything.
You sure?
Sure.
Thank you very much. We did inquiry and we found out that body belongs to Mr. Peter Morgan, who is a rich and successful businessman. After identifying the dead body, we couldn't find out the owner of the house. The owner of the house was Mr. William. So we called Mr. William's friends for further interview. Where is Mr. William? Hello, Miss Mari.
Hello.
How are you?
Fine.
Miss Mari, do you know Mr. William?
Yeah, I know. He's my good friend. And he's a successful businessman also. And we know each other from last 5 years.
Do you know Mr. Peter Morgan?
Yes, I know him. I saw him with Mr. William once in a party. I think their relation was not so good because I have seen them fighting in a party and Mr. William threatened him that I will kill you.
Are you sure? Thank you, Miss Mari. Mr. Huxley, do you know where is Mr. William?
I don't know.
We have found a body in William's home. Do you know anything about it?
William Hall?
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Have Have you ever seen Mr. William with Mr. Peter Morgan?
Yeah, I saw them in a party and they were fighting each other.
Have you ever heard that Mr. William was threatening or Mr. Peter Morgan was threatening to Mr. William?
Yeah, I heard that in the party that Mr. William is telling to Mr. Morgan that he will kill you. While
To
fighting.
whom? You means Mr. Peter Morgan?
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
On the basis of the statement of his friends, we primarily suspect that Mr. William is the killer. 2 days after the incident happened, we finally found Mr. William, caught him and started to interrogate. Hello Mr. William.
Hello,
How are you?
fine.
Mr. William, where have you been from last 2 days?
I went for my vacation.
Where?
Why should I tell you?
Mr. William, do you know Mr. Peter Morgan? Who is he?
Yes, I know him.
What's the relation between you and Peter Morgan?
The relationship is not very good because we met like 1 or 2 times in a party. That's it, nothing more to tell.
Mr. William, we got this information that you have threatened Mr. Peter Morgan.
No, why should I threaten him? I didn't threaten anything.
Sure
If you want any further question, you will contact or you will talk with my lawyer. That's it. I will not tell anything.
Okay, we'll meet with you.
Okay.
Mr. William was very arrogant. He thinks that he can get away from us after doing these things. So we went there and searched the car. We found a knife inside the trunk of the car. That knife was containing some blood stains. We took it as a clue. So you called him again. Hello, Mr. William.
Hello.
We found this knife inside your car. This one.
Oh, this is my knife. I lost from my home for like 10 days ago.
How did it come to your car?
I do not know, sir, but when I went for my vacation, I gave my car to a company, and when I came back, I get my car from that company only.
What's the name of the company?
Wait for a minute. I forget that name, but I think I bring that card.
Card.
Oh, no, this is the card of that company.
Last time you were so arrogant. What happened now?
Really, I did not do anything, sir. But now all the evidence are against me, so now I am very scared about me.
Mr. William told us that he gave his car to a company for rent. So we went to the company and we found out that his car was taken on the name of Mr. Huxley. So we called Mr. Huxley for the interrogation. Hello, Mr. Huxley.
Hi.
On 5th March, you took any car?
No.
We went to the company and found out that the car was registered on your name.
Oh, yeah, I remember. But I forgot the date. Yeah, I rent the car from the company.
We found this knife from the car. Have you ever seen this?
No, sorry.
We think you killed Mr. Morgan with this knife and then kept it inside the car.
Why should I kill? No, I haven't done that.
Don't hide anything from us.
No, I'm not hiding.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Interestingly, we found a scar on Mr. Huxley's hand. It seems to be like it happened by a broken glass. We had a doubt.
Because lack of evidence, we were forced to leave him free. But we were having doubt on him, so we started to follow his movements. After some days, we went to autopsy department for collecting autopsy report.
Yes, please. Okay, what question do you have?
How was his death? What Mr. Peter Morgan's?
Oh, according to the autopsy record, we think that we found a lot of wounds on the body, okay? And according to just finished the report and you can have a look.
Okay, so we received this body about 10 hours ago. And let's start by looking at his complexion. He has developed a very pale skin with very dry lips. And let's check his eyes if they have constricted already or not. Yeah, his eyes are constricted with less optic fluid. So he has a couple of wounds on his body on the anterior side and a couple of minor, which seems to be defense wounds on his arms. And from the first wound, the manubrium counting down the ribs, at the position of the third intercostal space is the first wound, and the next wound seems to be on the sixth intercostal space at the level which hits the right ventricle. The next one is at the right hypochondrium, and another wound on the left of umbilicus. So now let's start measuring the wounds. The first wound measures 4 centimeters in length and a centimeter in its height. So these are his defense wounds, and as we can tell from both sides, it has come from the direction of the lateral side to the medial side. And all these wounds are also from the left to the right side, from the out to the inner side, which indicates that the killer must be right-handed. There's a tattoo on his arm, upper arm. From the feel of his body, it seems that the body has already reached its full rigor state. And there are no other wounds on the lower part of the body, and also no other wounds on the posterior side of the body. Okay.
Does it probably get hurt?
Probably by a sharp object like a knife and loss of blood.
Okay. Is the manner of the what?
Homicide.
Okay.
In autopsy report, we found that Mr. Morgan was having several wounds in his hand. It seems that he was trying to protect himself. But in crime spot, we found 2 blood stains. One was of Mr. Morgan and another was unknown.
We sent the blood sample for forensic test.
Look, it's different, you see? What happened?
Yeah.
Yes, just
it's different. Some blood from the pieces of glass does not match the blood of the dead body. I think it belongs to other person.
Wow. So that means in the scene there is another person in the scene.
Yeah, maybe.
Wow.
Probably.
So maybe we need to try to get out what happened.
We went through all the evidence that we can get, but unfortunately we couldn't find any clues that can indicate Mr. Huxley to anything in that case. In the meantime, one of our officers found out a clue that was so helpful. It just changed the scene of the crime.
date and time of the video we found matched with the time when Mr. Morgan was killed. In the video, it was clear that Huxley was going to William's house in the meantime.
Now it is clear to us that Mr. Huxley has some kind of relation with this murder crime. So we went to his house and searched for evidence, and we found out a bag containing some blood that was Mr. Peter Morgan's. So we arrested him.
Then we found a bag containing some blood stains on that. After found the bag, at the last point, we found some broken glasses and gloves containing blood stain into the dustbin.
Mr. Huxley, why did you kill Mr. Peter Morgan?
I don't know anything. I have an autism. How can I do that?
Don't act like innocent, Mr. Peter Morgan. We know that you killed Mr. Peter Morgan.
No, I didn't kill anyone. I know anything also.
And what about the scar on your hand? How did you get that?
I fall down from the stairs last 2 days, just couple of days.
You fall down?
Yeah.
Mr. Huxley, we found an evidence against you that the blood on your bag, that the bag you were wearing on the day when you killed Mr. Peter Morgan. How are you going to explain that?
Yeah, I killed him.
Why?
It's because he insulted me in front of everyone. He acts like he's the greatest businessman than me. So I took it as a revenge. And I killed him.
Because someone will kill you, someone will insult you, that's why you will kill him.
Yeah.
What kind of reason is that?
I don't know. I just want to kill him.
That's the reason you killed him.
That day I went to William's home. As I entered, I put my bag beside the door, and I went to the waiting room. I think William is doing something in the kitchen. He went to the kitchen and I sat in the waiting room. I called Mr. William. And we were talking about something. He told that he will go to Lisa. And I asked him for a water. He told me to go to the kitchen and drink by myself. I took a chance there. I stole the knife. I put the knife in the bag and I went to the waiting room. He said again and we started. I came out earlier telling him that I had an emergency job. So I came again. I planned to kill Mr. Morgan next 3 days after while Mr. William was leaving. I called Mr. Morgan to Mr. William's home. I planned to kill him. I killed him with a knife. Take all the evidence and left note behind. Take all my clothes, all the knives, in a bag, and I went away without leaving no address. That's how I killed Mr. Morgan.